What's the deal? What's good, fam? Fam bam, family. Whatever y'all want to be called. It's your boy, the family man with a plan over here. Trying something out. I gotta get real with y'all. It's been a year, man. 2022. We at the end of this joint. Almost at the start of 2023. Gotta go harder. 2022 was hard, but we gotta go harder. We gotta get there. We gotta make it stronger. We gotta keep growing. We gotta believe in yourself. You know what it is. It's Positive Steve, family man with a plan. I got all kind of names for myself, but tell me what y'all think. Let me know what y'all want to hear. I got some stuff I want to talk about today. I got more stuff I'm gonna talk about. I did the other video. I told y'all you gonna see a lot more of me in 2023. It's going down. But just to keep it real, man, I wish my wife was here with me. She out in the city of hometown Chicago, out there in that blizzard. I hope they safe, stay warm in there. Chicago, you know I love you. I have the Sea-Town hat. Last video, Sea-Town will be right. Anyway, this video gonna be a little deep, a little real. I don't want to be too long though. It's kind of late. I need to get some sleep. But been on a journey. Earlier this year, I was in California with the family, and we picked up, put all the stuff we was gonna take with us in the van. We left a lot, and we drove cross country again. We didn't drive last time we moved cross country. We flew. This time we drove in the van. Gracie been getting us where we needed to go, but drove to Texas and we made it work. It was hard. It was a struggle, man. I mean, we tried to stay in a hotel. First hotel we went to, it was doing a freeze that happened earlier this year, and they was worried about the freeze that just happened yesterday. But pipes burst in the hotel we were supposed to be in, so we had to find another hotel. Went to another extended stay. The one that we went to, the girl hooked us up. She was cool people. She hooked us up with the other spot. But I mean, customer service, they supposed to do that anyway. But she was good people, so we appreciate Shay. She looked out for us many times. Ran into some issues at the new hotel. Stayed there for a minute. We was in that hotel for a minute, y'all. Not only was we in that hotel for a minute, I mean, the drive was interesting. 20-hour drive took us 36 hours. Me, the wife, the three little ones. Slept in the car, of course, but that wasn't the first time we slept in the car. Even after we got here, we had to spend a night in the car a couple times, just to be real. I mean, I guess celebrities always say they was homeless. Yeah. Been there, done that. So, that's all right. We got a home. We always got a roof over our head. We always protected and blessed and highly favored. Clothes on our back, shoes on our feet, food on the table, no matter what. We persevere. Always persevere, you know, never give up. That's one of my biggest mottos. But I'm coming up with that persevere through adversity. That's gonna be big. That's coming. Anyway, I've been persevering through adversity my whole life. At work, at home, Chicago, and California, here in Texas. I always persevere through adversity, no matter what. Keep your head up. And just want to talk about what I really want this video to be about. I had to get that to y'all, but we blessed, highly favored. I told myself I'm gonna get right, get that credit right, get my finances right, get my house in order. We doing it, you know, little by little. We ain't quite there yet, but doing it little by little. So what I really want this video to be on, I'm just talking about my credit situation. Excuse me, the boy been struggling with credit, and it's crazy. I ain't even have to, because my brother-in-law, Antoine, shout out to Antoine, big bro. My man been doing business credit for years. And I'm talking years. It's a lot of gurus online talking credit right now. Credit is hot, it's trendy, it's real. And it's easier than you think, but you just gotta get started. You gotta mess around with it. But big bro, he been feeding me, telling me to sit down with him, chop it up. Hard headed. What we do, we don't listen, we don't pay attention. You gotta pay attention to the people that's around you. A lot of them know what they talking about, so listen up, people. I mean, he been giving me stuff. He sent me videos, and he sent me this one particular video about him 500. Him 500, Marcus Barney. He was on a EYL podcast YouTube video, Earn Your Leisure. This was back in 2019, I want to say. He sent me that video, and that just like, how something pique your interest. You never know what it'll be, but that was the video for me. Like, that video right there, it introduced me to EYL, Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to the bros, Troy and Rashad. Him 500, talking about real estate, talking about, not even real estate, he was talking about credit. He was talking about how he became, he did his credit, he did his family credit. He went through all kind of channels to get his situation right. And, little tips. It was like, man, if you got evictions and stuff, you do this, and then you can basically hide that from wherever you trying to go. They ain't got to see that. When you put your application in, they don't see the eviction no more. Little stuff like that you could do. Like, only way you gonna learn this is if you ask somebody or somebody tell you. And it worked. It works. I ain't never had an eviction on my record, but credit was shot, and I still put in for applications to spots and get accepted. I mean, when I say credit was shot, I've seen 400s before. Earlier this year, I believe I was at a 508, 506, maybe even a 504 was one of my credit scores earlier this year. Now, I ain't saying I done jumped 100, 200 points, but I'm in 600s right now. Credit's decent right now. It could be a lot better, but credit's decent right now. It's decent enough. There's many levels to credit. Like, main thing is, everybody looking at the credit score, yeah, but your credit profile. You got to get your credit profile right. Been working on that. I've been working on wifeys, and it's been a blessing. The big thing with that is you got to build relationships. If you ain't building a relationship, like I said, big bro been feeding me. That's a relationship. You got to be able to give back to that. I'm gonna talk to him. We gonna work on some things. I've been talking to him about this game, the YouTube game, because he the guru. I'm just picking up the pieces. I'm learning. So we gonna do something together. I'm gonna ask him a bunch of questions. He gonna give you the answers. Straight from the gift horse's mouth. He wanted to be, big bro. He always like to do things in a timely manner, in order. But I'm gonna get him on the podcast. I guess you could say we doing a podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna interview big bro about the credit game, the business credit. He been doing it for years. I mean, years. Was House-O-Matics dancing with my other brother, Money, who doing the LJ remodeling. Big shout out to my bro on the contract game. He killing the game too. He in Chicago. If you need some work done, hit him up. LJ Remodeling. Diamond Team. Speaking of diamonds, speaking of gems, we doing some things. We doing podcasts. We gonna, be doing. You might see me doing a webinar. I don't just do webinars because I'm a gem dropper. I like dropping gems. I call it a Gemini. So Gemini season is coming. Be ready for that. I done said that a couple of times, and it's piquing some interest. So your boy is ready. We fired up. Let me get to the nitty gritty. So wifey, man, I tell you, wifey, man, I love that woman. That's my queen right there. Wifey been doing some things for me I don't even deserve. Like, I love that woman. She taking care of the family. She feed me, boy. I'm eating good. She keeping us in order. And I just want to say, shout out to the wife, to the queen I love. Let me check something real quick. Make sure I'm still good, y'all. Yeah, we good. Just trying to check something. But, wifey, she been with, my in-law, my dad, my father-in-law, Christopher. He, I almost said the whole good. He military dude, so he basically set my wife up nice, for years ago. She been with Navy Federal, and I don't know if y'all know much about Navy Federal, but Navy Federal, man, Navy Federal, is a credit union. It's the biggest credit union in the country. Everybody loves Navy Federal. If you go on YouTube, type in Navy Federal, a million videos gonna pop up. Navy Federal is legit. That's the joint right there. Wifey been with Navy Federal for years. She got your boy. I've been with Navy Federal for years now. And we just finding out how to make it work with Navy Federal. Navy Federal got the game for you. They gonna throw you some things. If you legit, if you get your profile right, Navy Federal gonna throw you some things. So I mean, we've been with them for some years. She had the account when we got married. She hooked me up with the joint account. So with the joint account, you know, we got in the game. So I've been with Navy Federal and just trying to, you know, get started. Not to show y'all too much. Don't be looking at my numbers, but that's the Navy Federal card right there. You know. You see it. We've been Navy Federal members for eons. She's been with it for like 30 years. Cause, like I said, my in-law hooked her up. But I've been watching the videos, watching YouTube, following him 500. You know, some things I picked up, some things I picked up elsewhere, and just the little Navy Federal hacks. If your credit ain't right, you got to start somewhere. So I started somewhere. I started with this joint right here. Show you that. That's that in rewards right there. It's a secured card. Navy Federal secured in rewards card. It you know, if you ain't got good credit, basically you put a deposit on it, and whatever your deposit is, that's how much your credit gonna be. So you secure your money to the card, so it's your money that you're spending either way, but you're paying yourself. You're paying it back to the card. So I put. Where we started, I started, of course, my wife on there too. I think I put $250 on that joint. We started with $250, you know. And a couple of tips and tricks. I'm like, you know, watching the videos. I put it on there. I use it every now and then. Everybody like, you know, after 3 months, you can increase your limit. After 6 months, it becomes unsecured. Unsecured meaning they give you your money back. Now it's just a straight up credit card, where you using their money versus your money type of thing. That ain't happen. After 3 months, they was like, nah, you ain't good enough. No, I mean, I don't even remember when I did a credit limit increase. They were like, no, you gotta add more money to it. If you want more credit, you gotta add more of a deposit. I'm like, really? That ain't what they said online, but they don't want to hear. You can't tell them that. They're gonna be like, you don't follow online to use us. But it's a lot of tips online that's good. But you get better tips when you talk to the people. So I'm like, okay, well, all right, well, check back in 6 months, see what we could do. You know, keep a good profile, take care of your credit, don't max it out, don't be late on payments, all that good stuff. It's a lot of game in the credit. I mean, just to give you perspective, if you take care of your payments, payment history, that's a huge number. Your payment history is huge, so if you on time with your payments, that's golden. If you ain't maxing out all your credit, you want to keep your credit at least below 30%. That's the highest you want to spend on your credit. You gotta be careful with that. 10% is better. And then you gotta make sure your age is good. If you just start now, you ain't gonna have good age. But if you could be an authorized user to somebody that had credit for years, that helps your credit age look good. That's not a big percentage though. Then you got a type of credit, you know, revolving, loans, personal loans, auto loans, mortgage loans. You know, there's different levels to credit. So, you know, they like take care of those things, and you could you know, do some things. Fast forward, back in November, fourth quarter. It's like, you know, we gotta do it. We in the fourth quarter, end of the year. We gotta go press go. So I'm like, let's go to the Go Rewards, but I didn't go with the Go Rewards. I called them back up. I'm like, so, you know, they told me check back in like 6 months. I think that was in March, April when I tried. So 6 months later, June, November, September, November, October, November. Something. Timeline's way off, but either way, it was all this year. I started with the in rewards in January. I called them. They said, no, you're not eligible for an upgrade, because if you, after 6 months, you can upgrade to an unsecured card. Next day, guess what your boy got? I got upgraded. Bam. Your boy got upgraded to the cash rewards card. Cash. You see it's upside down. Cash rewards joint. That means your rewards is cash. You don't just get points. Your points go straight to cash. And you can pull that cash whenever you need it. So when you making purchases on that joint, you know how you earn points? You get points for gas, you get points for food, you get points for groceries, that type of thing. Those points turn straight into cash. I ain't, oh, you got 1,000 points. No, I got $100. That's basically a point equals 1 cent. So if you get 1,000 points, your points equals $100. So that's just gonna automatically be $100. I ain't gotta worry about all that other stuff. Meanwhile, wifey credit. I didn't start on wifey's credit when I started on mine. And when I say starting on credit, you gotta do some things. You gotta tighten up your credit profile, like I said, credit utilization, payment history, all that good stuff. But you also gotta clean your credit. You gotta fix your credit. A lot of people say credit repair. When you repair your credit, you gotta make sure your name is right. You gotta make sure your address is right. You gotta make sure anything on your credit that ain't supposed to be there is gone. You gotta make sure late payments, if you can reduce those, whatever you gotta do, collections, if you can wipe those off. If it ain't matching between each credit bureau, there's 3 credit bureaus that everybody goes through: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. If they ain't all saying the same thing about each item on your credit report, those are mistakes. You gotta get those fixed. So I've been doing that with me. I need to get on it. I got on it with my wife, but wifey wasn't that bad. She just, her history is kind of lightweight because she ain't got a lot on her credit. Either way, wifey golden. She got the relationship with Navy Federal, so I'm like, let me see what wifey could do. I put wifey in. She a joint on my account, so she got credit because she a joint authorized user with me because we do everything together. On the car, the house, whatever we doing it together. She on there. So I put her down. I'm like, you want to go in? She got the business. She got the business established for some years now. Let's see what you can do with the credit game, because you get your business credit, your personal credit for your business credit to take off. But your personal credit got to be good. That's another gem. I'm dropping gems today. This is Gemini. Either way, wifey, relationship with Navy Federal so beautiful. They love her. I mean, when you go Navy Federal, when you look at their cars, they got a lot of different cars. But one card in particular is top notch. It's they top tier. It's high level. I'm like, man, wifey, you got a good relationship. Let's see what you can do. So I go straight for that joint and wifey name. I asked wifey, and she'll be here to the test. You want to go for it? What she say? If you think we could do it, go for it. So I put wifey in. This was around the time I had just graduated to my car. I didn't want to put me in because I just graduated. You kind of got to wait. You got to get, it's levels to it. It's not an overnight process. You got to let it work. You got to let it marinate. So I put wifey in, and she like, yeah, go ahead. Do what you do. See what happened. Wifey get the approval right away for the top tier joint. What's the top tier joint? That's that flagship. That's that black card. That's that Black Flag Navy. Got that flagship rewards joint. That's the black. You see it? Yeah, y'all see it. I call it the Black Flag. That's big. Just minor details about this joint right here. Minimum credit limit, and this is unsecured. You just don't come. I'm fast forwarding. I skip a lot of spots, but minimum credit. Let's go back to the cash rewards joint. So the cash reward, like I said, it graduated. It went from secure, meaning I had money on it as a deposit, to unsecured. They gave me my money back. They say sometimes it could take to the end of the year for you to get your money back. It didn't take to the end of the year. It took a couple of days and I got my money back. Meanwhile, that credit limit increased significantly on that joint. Like I said, I put $250 on there. And let's just say they might have added a zero to that. Either way, that's the credit limit on the cash rewards green card. That Black Flag, and you know the green card, Black Flag. I like names. I call it the Black Flag. The Black Flag joint. Minimum credit limit of 5 stacks. 5K. That's the minimum. That's the bare minimum. They can't give you anything lower than that. It's unsecured. You can't give them money to say, I want this to be my limit. No, they decide what they're going to give you based on your credit, your history with the credit union, all that good stuff. So they decide, and that boy goes all the way up to 80K. They got, you know, if you watch the videos, you'll learn some stuff. But 80K, that's one of the highest credit limits you could get on a personal credit card. That's the highest credit limit you could get with a Navy Federal credit card. All the other cards, the most you could do is 50K. But the Black Flag, you can get 80K of credit on that joint. You can do a lot with 80K, but you got to be smart. You got to use wisely. I don't have 80K on the card, but I got a nice amount. And let's not say I say we, because we a team. Me and wifey, we in this together. Let's say we definitely got more than that 5K. You could double that. We got more than that. But I don't like to talk too much. I'm already saying a lot. Either way, the credit game is real. It's working. Stay tuned. 2023, that's just the start. Get ready to get rolled over, because we going hard. We grinding. 2023, it's on and popping. It's Gemini season. Get at your boy. Holla back.